So, I'm going to talk to you today on October 24th. This will be my second vlog, and just a little bit about myself and something that I've struggled with, and then, some ideas I have about it, and a theory I have. And so, that thing would be alcohol. It's really interesting that alcohol seems to be the one that has grabbed such a hold on me and has really stifled me a lot. My parents didn't really drink too much. We didn't have alcohol in the house. There wasn't like a liquor cabinet until we got pretty old or older. We were like about to get out of high school type thing. Um, and so it's interesting that, something that I wasn't really around very much is like what's just got me. But so with that, I started drinking really like more regularly when I was put on probation when I was 17. And so I went to my senior year, not really being able to smoke pot because I would get drug tested. So I turned to alcohol. And in high school, I started blacking out a lot. Like most of the time, I blacked out when I drank, which is very strange. I mean, people do black out, but I was blacking out like a good like 90% of the time, if not more. And so that should have been like a crazy red flag. Like it wasn't like I had to keep drinking every day. It's just when I did go out and drink with friends or at a party, I would black out at some point. And normally I would just fall asleep. At this point, I wasn't doing anything really crazy. I would just like black out and fall asleep or throw up and whatever. So, long story short, all of that just progressed into um, more binge drinking and stuff like that. I got into different things for a while, and stopped doing them. And alcohol was still very casual because I didn't like after my binging. Then when I got off probation, it got more casual because I could smoke again. And so uh, when was it? It was like about 4 years ago. Something really intense happened in my life, and someone I was with was really, really sick, and it just our relationship wasn't working out. And I moved up to New Jersey from Texas to live with my dad, try to get myself back on track. In New Jersey, you can't buy beer at a just like a convenience store. You have to go to a liquor store and get it, and there are liquor stores all over the place. But I did not know that. So the nearest liquor store to us was like 3 miles or something. So I would ride my bike and, of course, not want to bring back like a 24 pack of beer. I would just get vodka. So I got a lot of vodka all the time and just started really like binge drinking to like not feel anything or be sad. And I got to a point where my whole body was constricting. I could barely talk. Um, I like my memory was like not really there. I was really beginning to get scared because I was like losing bodily function because I was drinking so much, and I react very negatively to alcohol. It's like I'm allergic to alcohol with how I react towards it. And not all the time, only if I'm, binge drinking. And so I went into rehab, and I went into rehab for 27 days, and I got out and was supposed to do 90 and 90, which is 90 meetings, AA or NA meetings, in 90 days, and I was doing intensive outpatient 2 times a week, 3 hours each day. And although rehab had been a really great experience, and I learned a lot, and it was really good for me. Like I really took a lot away from it. And trying to do all of that stuff at once when I got out, and like not really having a job and knowing a lot of people around me and stuff, it just, oh hun, you're like, sorry. Um so um Sorry, I lost my train of thought. Um Oh, so yeah, that didn't work, and I just started drinking again, but I wasn't drinking heavily. Uh, I moved back to Austin, Texas, and it was very casual. I was making sure that I did not get back to that point that I was at, and it was every now and then. So since then, I've kind of gone back and forth and back and forth, on like doing okay for a while, and then like something will happen in life, and I kind of like drink more, and then I can start to roll down a path. I'm getting better at seeing when I'm getting to that point to be like, hey, come on, what's going on? You need to like evaluate yourself and try to figure out stuff before you decide that alcohol is the best place to turn. So there was one point I did go into detox. I was starting to feel like I was getting to that point again, and I went into detox, and it was at the rehab I was at, the 27-day thing. It was women and men. They were both there, but we were separated, so it was kind of interesting. I feel like I was able to like say or express more because I wasn't like, I don't know, worried about men or what different, things. I felt being separated was good, my personal opinion. So when I went to detox, it was only for a week, to, be in a safe environment while you detox. We were with, it was men and women mixed, and it was a behavioral health center. So I was with, addiction is considered a mental disease or, a mental health disorder. So we were with, different people struggling with different things like depression and anxiety and schizophrenia, and a lot of addicts may have other things as well, and so it was very interesting. It was an interesting experience. I I don't regret it, but if I would have thought about it harder before I went in, I would not have gone, because I went in and as soon as I signed the paper, realized like I have to be at work and I have no way to call into work. And if I'm a no call, no show, I'm going to lose my job. And they kept telling me like, you can't lose your job while you're in here. You can't, you're protected. You can't lose it. And I'm like, well, yeah, we're Texas. We're like what is it, at will state. Like they can fire us. We can leave at any time. And being a no call, no show. Anyways, I was freaking out. I couldn't get a hold of anyone in my family to try to call for them. And so when I did get out, I had lost my job, and it really sucked. But I mean, I wasn't technically fired. My boss let me say that I had quit. Because I mean, I did kind of quit because I just fucking went in somewhere else. And so yeah, so I went to detox, and that was interesting, but good as well. I did learn a lot of things. And then after that, I've been really, really good. I still go back and forth sometimes. Like sometimes I get really bad hangovers, because I'll drink too much, and I have to, if I'm going to try to continue on this, not the AA model, because the AA model actually doesn't have a very high success rate at all. But if I'm going to stay on this like not abstaining, which I think is really good for some people, that is awesome. Like if you feel that that is the path that you should go on, then that is great. But to not abstain and just regulate and be very conscious and aware, I'm gonna have to do that and actually be more conscious and aware, of how much I'm drinking and what I'm doing and have I eaten, and because I want to be healthy, I want to be a healthy individual, and I just turned 25, and I'm really just starting to think about all that stuff more. And yeah, so I said all that, a little background, and so my theory, I have this theory that it's possible that when you drink, when you get severely inebriated, where you're like blackout, that yourself, your like soul, is like kind of like pushed to the side. It's not really there. You're not really in control of like your actions. So it makes it easier for something else, something intense, or like could be like a negative energy, could be like a really crazy giggly other entity, but it's kind of like you leave your body open to that. And I think that's why we see so many people who will sleep with people that they never would have, but they're like acting like they would have, or like they want it. I'm not saying all people are like that when they get drunk, that if they want to have sex, that's a whole different thing. If you should not, yeah, okay, I'm not even gonna go into that. But or act crazy. Like I can get very violent and like punch people and hit people, and I've been very abusive, and it's been really bad. And I'm not myself anymore. I like say things that I would never say. Like I would never say those things, but when I'm blackout, it's like I have an altar, And I feel like people who get drunk a lot, if they act a certain way all the time, maybe it's just because something's around, and it's like, I know that I could freaking enter that body because they're gonna be wasted and not there. So just an idea of, that would, I wonder if that's something that's possible. And to even like kind of think this theory is possible, you have to believe in some sort of like spirits or positive energy or negative energy, you know, being able to enter your body. Um, so, yeah, all right. Well, thank you for watching, and I will come out with a new video soon. Oh, and in the comments, tell me what you think about addiction or um, abstaining from alcohol or my theory or whatever. Cool. Bye. How do I stop this?